Right
Go,
on.
go
Cheers.
change your underwear.
Hello and welcome to a very special edition of the Movie Podcast. My name is Daniel, and joining alongside me today is my fellow Navi brother, Shahbaz. Hello, Shahbaz.
Hello. I don't know what like a Navi voice was, so I just did the deepest
No.
voice at that moment that I could, and I was like, you know what?
Yeah,
If that works, cool.
I believe it. Shay, if you had the opportunity to go to Pandora, would you?
Yeah, I mean, if I had the opportunity, why not? Like, what is there something else? Like, is there an asterisk? Oh, yeah, but you're gonna be just mining there the whole time. Oh, then
No. I just meant like, if we had the opportunity to go to Pandora, this faraway planet that you have to, go and what's it called? Like when you're put frozen and your body's frozen.
Cryogenically frozen.
That's the one, cryogenically frozen.
Yeah.
For like 5 years to get there. Would you do that? Would you cryogenically freeze your body for 5 years?
It's a tough question. I'll say yeah. I mean, why not? Like, why not? I mean,
interesting.
Again, is it free? Like, I feel like you're hiding details.
No,
I'm not. But you die at the end. Oh,
yeah. But I'm just saying, you'd be going to be with the humans in Pandora, so you'd be living on like a science facility, or a military base, depending on how it looks. I'm just
so no hotels.
You're open to that.
There's no Four Seasons there.
There's no Four Seasons there. There's no, maybe one day there'll be a Disney World on Pandora.
I feel like
there's a Pandora and Disney World.
That would be the ultimate, like, just brain melt. It's just like, for sure. Yeah, Disney World in Pandora now. It would be the biggest
and then
one
you have Pandora in Disney World in Pandora. So now we're going many layers.
And the Pandora jewelry shop might be there too. We never know.
Yeah. It took me a second to be like, oh yeah, Pandora jewelry. That makes sense. Shay, how are you doing today? You doing all right?
Doing great, man. Like I said before, our TIFF coverage is out. TIFF is done. It's sad. I really love the time that we had with TIFF this year. I had just a blast, and I'm sure you did as well. I mean, you didn't cry, so that's a good thing. I didn't cry either.
I mean, I came close to crying when we interviewed Brendan Fraser.
Well, that's different, though. That's a little different.
Little quick plug to our other episodes that we have available this week. We did have the pleasure of interviewing Brendan Fraser and Samuel D. Hunter of The Whale. Please go check that out. Shay also had the opportunity to interview Ewan McGregor and Ethan Hawke for Raymond and Ray, which was another film that we absolutely loved at TIFF, along with The Whale. And we really saw just banger after banger at TIFF, I felt like. All of our reviews for TIFF, I'm like, these are all amazing movies. This is amazing.
Yeah,
this is great.
Even like I don't want to ever use this word, but like even like the ones that we didn't like, and I'm using like air quotes, isn't like
Shay's
as
using
much
air quotes for the audio listeners.
Yeah, we didn't like them as much as some of the bigger films, but we still liked pretty much everything we saw at TIFF relatively.
Yeah. We have a huge amount of reviews out right now. If you want to go check it out, obviously you could go hear our thoughts on Glass Onion. You could hear our thoughts on Pearl, The Whale, Raymond and Ray. My goodness, Weird, The Fablemans, Bros. There are so many.
Banshees of
incredible films.
Inisherin.
Banshees of Inisherin. What's another one that we watch here? Moon Age Daydream.
Yeah.
There's so many reviews that we have out. Please go check them all out. And while you're there, please go check out our interview with the cast of Andor. We have a review up for Andor right now. We also have a review up for Don't Worry, Darling. So we're back to reviewing normal, everyday movies that aren't part of TIFF. It feels very weird to say that. But like Shay said, we had a wonderful time at TIFF. So please go check out all of our incredible coverage of it. Today, I just want to remind you, please make sure if you're following the Movie Podcast, if you love what we're doing, make sure you like, subscribe, do all that stuff on YouTube, but also make sure you follow us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Letterboxd, and join our Discord at the Movie Podcast. All the show notes are in are below for you to check out. We're having some great conversations on Discord, and we want to keep the conversation going. But today, we have a very cool episode because this is something that was a little unexpected for us and made us really excited. We're joined by two very cool special guests today. Joining us on the Movie Podcast today is Michelle Rodriguez and Stephen Lang of Avatar. So this is a huge surprise for us. You may be wondering, hold on, Avatar does not come out until December of this year. But no, this is actually, Disney was kind enough to invite us to be part of these interviews for the re-release of Avatar that is happening this Friday, September 23rd. So you could go celebrate my parents' anniversary, which is the September 23rd, by watching Avatar if you want to. I know nothing that would make my parents happier than you all listening to this episode and then going to watch Avatar this weekend in honor of my parents. Is that not what you're doing, Shay?
It was their one wish. I'm taking a cake with me too.
Oh wow, that's awesome! Thank you for doing that.
I'll be honest, never never did I think. I don't know why. It just never crossed my mind, and now I think at the point that we're at with our show, this should cross my mind more often. But never did I think we'd have Michelle Rodriguez and Stephen Lang on the show at any point. I'm like, sure, they do movies still. They're still out there pumping out films, but I don't know what. I just never assumed it. And of all movies, Avatar, and it was such a beautiful surprise.
Yeah, and honestly, Michelle Rodriguez, obviously, you'll know her from films like the Fast and the Furious franchise, and so many other incredible films that she's been part of. She's awesome. She was so fun to talk to. I'm just glad I got to really quickly geek out with her about SWAT, which is one of my favorite movies of all time, and she called me a G for it. That's something that I will take with me to my grave. Shay,
you should put that on your resume.
Sure when you kill me eventually, make sure you put that on my tombstone. Make sure you do
I'm actually going to kill you with a G-shaped knife.
Yeah. Or if you don't kill me, Stephen Lang might. Stephen Lang is what a lovely gentleman he is. He's just so funny, and I'm glad we got to joke around with him. And he told us to go change our underpants, which was not something, as you said, Shay, not something that would have crossed your mind, but hopefully we built up enough of a rapport with him that maybe if we ever meet him in person, he'll be like, "Let me see your underpants," and we're like, "Hold on, Stephen, no."
I don't want to
People won't get this reference. People won't get this reference.
We're at a gala event. I'm not sure why you're doing this on the mic as well.
But yeah, we had a great time with them. So I'm just so thankful for the opportunity. Obviously, thank you to our friends at Disney Studios Canada for making it happen for us. I'm a big fan of Avatar. I absolutely love James Cameron. I know, Shay, you love James Cameron as well too. So it's very surreal to finally have the sequel to Avatar coming out. I remember watching it for the first time and just being absolutely mesmerized at what I was watching and seeing what was possible, not just with 3D, because obviously the 3D is something that we always sing to, but just with CG and storytelling in these new ways that have now influenced that since 2009 have influenced what the next 15 years of movies is going to look like, right? So James Cameron is that pioneer. He's Canadian as well too, which is also really amazing. Any thoughts on Avatar, Shay, before we dive over to our special guests?
I have a love-hate relationship with Avatar. I love that what it did with 3D and pushing the boundaries of technology. What I hate that it did was they made every movie 3D after. So
yeah, it's true.
It was like, oh great, now I get to watch Sophie's Choice in 3D. Why not? I don't know why they're doing a re-release of that film like this, but sure, So it was an interesting era. I mean, 3D. I guess we'll have a comeback. I don't know what it's going to do. It's going to be an interesting test to see now, because during the pandemic, and just before it was fizzling away. Really, I mean,
it was fizzling. Yeah, it was fizzling.
You can't buy a 3D TV anymore, so
you can't. No, and that's the thing. I'm curious now. Like, if there's anyone I trust to do something cool with 3D and high frame rate, it would be James Cameron.
100%.
So I'm really excited to see what he has in store for us. It's taken a long time to get here, so December can't come soon enough. But until then, please welcome Michelle Rodriguez and Stephen Lang to the Movie Podcast. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Stephen. How are you?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Thank you.
Nice to see you. My name's Daniel.
My name's Shahbaz.
We are so happy to be talking to you today, and we are such big fans of yours. Obviously, Michelle, Fast and the Furious means so much to us, but SWAT, I gotta tell you, is one of my favorite movies of all time. So
no
you're
way.
there. Yeah.
That's G, man. That's so G.
And Stephen, thank you for scaring the hell out of both of us in all of your movies. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's a compliment.
No, it is. We love
you. Change your underwear.
Michelle, going back to when you were first filming Avatar, did you ever imagine it would become anywhere near the global phenomenon that it did?
I personally kind of did, but that's just me. Because I was there watching him, revolutionize technology that's never been seen before. I was there, going into the trailer and watching clips of what we had shot during the day with undone, unfinished technology, and it still looked 10 times more amazing than everything that was on screen in that time and point in time, which was like what, 08, 07, so and also the storytelling, there aren't enough people, I think, in the industry who are using great storytelling and fantasy to express a mirror to humanity on how they act, when it comes to resources, when it comes to consumption, when it comes to existing, like what's your footprint? Like, how much do you gobble up? And like, how do you do that gobbling?
Right.
And like, it makes you ask some serious questions that if you ever made, a documentary about it, nobody would watch it because it would make them feel like about themselves in general, or even a feature film. Like it might win an Academy Award, but 5 people would have seen it because
Right.
it's tough. It's tough to put a mirror like that to yourself. And I think he was a G at the way that he used technological advancement and the beauty of Pandora to express such a story.
Definitely.
So you get lost in the beauty of something. And then you're also being, given sprinkles of truth about, humanity. And I think it's quite extraordinary.
Definitely.
Always did. I knew it was going to be a monster. But sorry, that's just me. I'm not trying to be arrogant about it.
Oh, no, not at all.
Now, Stephen, for yourself, James Cameron is the best in the business. Now, what's it been like to work with him on this next set of films over the last few years?
I enjoy working with him absolutely with total commitment. When you work, many interesting things about him. One is that he tends to lead by example, which is to say he works harder than anybody, and so you really have no alternative but to bring your A game, to the set every day, show up ready to work. That doesn't mean that it's all kind of strict and everything like that. As Michelle can testify, I've met very few people with the sense of humor that Jim Cameron has, where there's a lot of laughter, a lot of joy on the set, a lot of banter and badinage, all kind of good-natured and yet somewhat vicious. but over the years, we've just formed a really fine working relationship. I'd say there's even shorthand involved in it. And I guess that really what it all comes down to is I trust him completely. And I feel that he has a lot of trust in me as well.
That's wonderful. To both of you, thank you so much for your time. I know it was short today, but you are both so incredible in everything that you do. And we cannot wait to see The Way of the Water later this year. And hopefully we get to talk to you again.
Thank you. It's good talking to you. Go change your underwear.
This guy, man.
That's about it. I said that.
Thank you, guys.
Such a dick.
And welcome back, Fran Pandora. I almost said that like we were at
Fran
like Pandora.
Pandora. You almost give like a southern bell to it too.
Everything out here wants to kill you and eat your ass for jujubes. I almost said that to Stephen Lang, but I didn't want to offend him too much. Right. But he's so good in this movie. He's so scary, and he's just a human guy in this movie. But he's just he's such a force, and you feel that. And Michelle Rodriguez is so badass in this film, and I always. The moment in Avatar that I always like freak out when you see like the floating islands, and then when you see that if you have the opportunity to go to Disney World, you go to the Animal Kingdom, and you see the floating islands there, you're just like, this is magic. And I think Avatar, even though it's crazy that there's only one Avatar film, you know what I mean? Sometimes I think about that. I'm like, man, there's only one of these movies so far. That's unreal that there's only one.
Most people have like gone through their whole lives since that first one came out. They've been born, had kids, grandkids now, and maybe they're dead. Who knows?
Oh no, I hope they're not. But yeah, it's thank you again to our friends at Disney for the opportunity. I'm so excited for the future of Avatar. We're going to be living in Pandora for a very, very long time, for years to come. It looks like. So I just want to see more. I want to know what this world's looking like. I want to see the evolution of what Avatar is. I mean, this is only going to be the second film coming out, so I'm hoping that come December we'll have a lot more. We'll obviously have a review for you, and hopefully we'll have a lot more special guests from the film joining us, so stay tuned for all of that. Again, thank you again to our friends at Disney for making this happen today. Thank you to Michelle, thank you for Stephen for your time, and Shay, thank you to you for we always thank everybody else, but I want to thank you. I want to take a moment and thank you for being on the show as well too.
Well, it's about time. I've been waiting for so long. Over 400 episodes and I haven't gotten one thank you.
It's true. Yeah. Shay, thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to thank
It's
myself
whatever.
as well, too.
No.
As always, you can catch a brand new episode of the Movie Podcast almost every single day throughout the week. There's lots of great episodes coming your way. We're going into a busy movie season, so please make sure you're following us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Letterboxd. Let's keep the conversation going. The episode may end, but our conversation doesn't have to. Join us on Discord. We're having some great conversations there. And check out our show notes for all of those links and more. That was This Time with the Movie Podcast, and we'll see you next.